So now that we understand a little bit about how WordPress content works and how easy it is to add pages and posts, I want to talk to you about media and comments. Now, media is going to be a media library for all of the photos or files or videos or anything else that you upload into WordPress. And how we access that is through our media menu. So go ahead and click on media. And you're going to see that in your media library, any images that you uploaded while you were creating pages or posts or anything else are going to show up on this page. So they're automatically inserted into your media library when you upload them through the editors. So if you, let's just say, for example, though, you had a lot of content that you knew you were going to upload and you wanted to upload all of your images ahead of time, that's what you can use this media library for. So if we click on Add New, you can, again, go through the select files and it'll go to your computer and you can select the images or anything else that you want to upload, or you can drag and drop them. And the nice thing about this is you can actually do multiple files at once. So I'll just drag over 2 images and you can see it uploads them automatically. So this is kind of a quick way to add a bunch of media to your website at once, or also just manage your media. And what I mean by that is if I click on an image here, you can see it's going to bring up that information that I talked about, the title, the caption, the alternative text, and the description. And the alternative text is if for whatever reason that image can't load, what should it show in place of that image? I know it's hard to believe, but there are still people out there that use text-based web browsers. And while they're probably not going to be a huge part of your target market, it's also good for things like SEO and stuff like that. So we want to put in alternative text, which is basically a short title of the image or showing what the image would be showing for those users that can't see the image. And we want to put all this information in there because it's great for SEO. We can show the attachment page, which is basically just going to show you the image. We can edit some details. So we can put in, again, this same information. And we can also do some basic image editing. So if I click on Edit Image, I can rotate the image and do some other kind of stuff here, change the dimensions, the aspect ratio. Now I do recommend that you do this, hopefully, if you know how to kind of edit or manage images. We want to kind of do the editing before we upload the photo. And this also has to do mainly with resizing images. When people take images through with their camera, their digital camera or something like that, those images actually are very, very, very large. Sometimes as large as 5,000 pixels wide. Now that's way, way too big for a website. Absolutely, if it's a website image, it's probably going to be around 500 pixels wide if it's within content. If it's a header or something like that, and I'll talk about all that later, maximum width is usually around 1,920. So 5,000 is way too big. So when you're uploading your images, we want to think about how we're going to be using those images in our content and what is the realistic size that we need, and then resize those images before we upload them. But if you don't really know how to do that, if you don't have an image program, you can do it within WordPress, so we can change those dimensions and change how they're shown on the front end. And basically the reason we want to do that is because when somebody's loading up our page, we don't want them loading up images that are 10 or 20 megabytes, when really if it's a 500 pixel wide JPEG, it would be maybe 50 kilobytes instead of 10 or 20 megabytes, which is substantially larger. So we want to try to manage our image sizes, and that's not so much for hosting space, it's actually more for load speed, because they have to download that 10 to 20 megabyte image, and that's more on their download speed. If their internet is quite slow, then that whole website is going to kind of load a lot slower if we're loading up these huge images. So we want to try to manage the size of our images before we upload them, and then if for some reason we can't do that, we can use this editor in here. And again, I'll just show you. If I click on an image, and it's going to give me this edit image button, and we can mess around with that a little bit, and we can put in all of our meta information. So that's our media library, and like I said, everything that we upload when we're doing our posts and pages as far as images is going to be put in here for easy reference and reuse. And then I want to talk about comments. So if you're going to have a blog, and depending on how your settings are set up, and I'll cover this later in our settings video, but you can choose whether or not comments show up right away, or whether they have to be approved first. And all of the comments that are posted on your blogs are going to show up in this comment section. So if we hover over comments and we click it, it's going to show us all the comments on our website. And if our comments require approval, you're going to see here, if I hover over this, there's an unapproved link because this comment has already been approved. There'll be an approved link. So I can approve links, I can trash them, I can edit them, I can mark them as spam in case they're just kind of spam comments. And there's other ways to do that. So, and that's actually determined through this. If you hover over settings, there's a discussion section, and that's where it determines whether or not comments have to be approved and other, what's required to post a comment. But I'll cover that in later videos. So for now, just understand that this section is here. When people do leave comments, depending on your settings, they may need to be approved before they show up on the live site. Or if you're not approving them, but you've got some comments you want to delete, or you got some spam comments, then we can use this system here. So it all works the same as our editor. We just hover over it, and there's all the links available for us. So that's media and comments. Go ahead and move on to the next video, which is going to start covering WordPress themes and the WordPress customizer.